Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we are looking at Green Lantern issue 2. This is the 2023 series from DC Comics under their Dawn of DC banner, which is a soft reboot of the universe. Written by Jeremy Adams, art and cover by Xermanico, colors by Romulo Fajardo Jr., letters by Dave Sharpe. Assistant editor was Jillian Grant, edited by Paul Kaminsky. They really gloss over the battle from last issue and it's all resolved in a page, so there's that. It's a little disappointing on that front. But then Jordan flies around for a while and does a little bit of stuff, then flies around some more, and then figures out he can only go so far. Earth has been quarantined by the United Federation of Planets. I mean, totally not the United Federation of Planets. That's something else entirely. Yeah. It's actually the United Planets. Real original. So Sector 2814 is quarantined, and Hal's just sort of manifesting his own ring, which is kind of dumb. But Kilowog stops by to hang out for a while, and Hal gets a job. He moves up into a position of being a pilot for the private jet for Ferris, and they go over that real quickly, thankfully. But he uses it as a chance to go hit on his ex-girlfriend, and even going so far as to locking her boyfriend in the bathroom. But then bad things happen, and this issue leads into Night Terror's Green Lantern, which was really annoying, because if they collect this in an omnibus, are they going to include the Night Terror's book? Because it interrupts the storyline, and I really find that annoying. Then there's the backup story about John Stewart, and this is Rise of the Revenant Queen Part 2, written by Phillip Kennedy Johnson, art by Montos, colors by Adriano Lucas, letters by Dave Sharpe, assistant editor Jillian Grant, edited by Paul Kaminsky. I don't know why there's two artists with one name on these, but, you know, whatever. So we've got this Green Lantern type kid fighting off the Revenant Queen, but she wants John Stewart, and he's bald in this for some reason, even though earlier in this story he's still got hair and he's hanging out with Big Mama and doing stuff. It's not clear if the John Stewart that's hanging out with Big Mama is the same one that comes out of this thing in this other dimension, and they have a really dumb oath. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't flow well, so I don't know what's going on with that story, but I lost interest in it because I don't know what is happening. I don't care. It's too short to really go into any detail, and I don't know anything about this Revenant Queen, and I don't care. As far as the main book, it is really dragging. This is all middle story, and it's pretty annoying. They gloss over the fight with the guy in the Manhunter armor, which could have been really cool. There's a fun sequence where Hal breaks up the Demolition Team and screws around with them in the cemetery, and that was really funny, but it's a really short part of the book. And the rest is just him trying to get close to his ex-girlfriend, and it was kind of boring. It took a long time to get anywhere, and it was silly. So I thought largely this was a waste of an issue, because there's not that much action. The action that they do have is pretty good. The backup stories bored me, though. That should have been its own storyline, and it just doesn't seem to really mesh well with the primary story. So it should have been its own miniseries, but they don't do that anymore because they gotta sell you on these overpriced things with backup stories. If you're gonna pick up this issue, get it out of a bargain bin, because it's just not worth it. It doesn't really get anywhere. There's not enough here for me to really feel like I got $5 worth of entertainment. I got about $2. Unfortunately, they're losing me here because I only have so much money to spend, and I don't really want to spend $5 a month on a book that's gonna be all about somebody's interpersonal life and how he's trying to get back with his ex-girlfriend who's seeing someone new. You know what that is? A Hallmark movie. No thank you. And the fact that it leads into the Night Terror's book means you gotta pick up that, and they want you to be as familiarized with that as possible, and I don't really want to deal with that either. Those supplementary books are usually garbage. I'll probably pick it up just out of pure collector mentality, but if this storyline doesn't pick up soon, I'm gonna drop Green Lantern, which I really hate because I love Hal Jordan as a character. Unfortunately, they seem to be waning pretty heavily and aiming for trade paperbacks again instead of telling just fun adventure stories like they sort of hinted at they were going to do. So more deception from the big two. The art is pretty good overall on both stories. I didn't really have a problem with that. The cover's good. It's just such a disappointment to have more of this fruitless padding that is aimed at filling pages in a trade paperback. It's a big slap in the face to readers and people that actually want an adventure story instead of a really lazy Lifetime or Hallmark movie. That's gonna do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods, and as always, we hope to see you on the next one.